again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of a humidifier replacement pad from Honeywell, as you can see there. Now this is going to be a replacement for the pad. I have a Honeywell HC26E1004 humidifier controller. I'm going to show you that on my furnace, and this is the actual pad. I believe it's the 360 series. So the pad is actually the part number right here, which is HC26E1004. Make sure that this is the right pad for your unit by doing a little searches online. Now also make sure that you get the original Honeywell and that it has the AgION coating on there. It'll cost a little more, but it'll last twice as long with that coating. It'll prevent the mold buildup and some of the calcium from sticking on there. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to show you how I install it and how it works. Now here is my furnace where I'm going to be installing that filter, and here is the Honeywell controller. As you can see, there is a test position there. You want to run that test position to make sure that the little valve here is opening and closing and letting water come through. And make sure you clean this out so that it doesn't have any calcium, lime, or rust on there. And also you want to clean out your unit, which I already did. And you have that controller right there, which allows the air to circulate in the summer. You don't want it to have this air going through in the summer, and so you want to put it in a winter position after we've installed this properly. So this has all been cleaned out and ready, and make sure that your little drain hole is cleared out down your tube so that the water can flow properly. Now on the replacement filter pad, you can see it has red painted on the top, and that is the mechanical top of the unit. So on my humidifier, there is this plastic retaining piece, and make sure that you clean out the bottom of it because it's going to have some calcium. Then it has this top piece right here. The top has a little opening for that little port to drip into the top, and then this essentially goes on here and snaps in place. So the filter itself is going to be placed inside this plastic chamber, just like that. It was hard to do while I was video recording because I couldn't use both my hands, but this piece essentially slides in and the tab goes on both sides just like that. Then it locks it in place just like that, and the red is on the top. So here you can see I put that top little drain tube. It snaps right in place on the top of it, and that tube goes right to the solenoid, which lets the water in, and it's controlled by that power wire right there to the humidity controller. So that plugs right in place. You want to start by putting the bottom in first and make sure that that hole's lined up with that drain port right there, and then the top will snap right into place. And I recommend you just keep this tube loose. Don't try and tuck it behind there, because then you could put a kink in it and then you won't get the water flow. But that stays in place nicely, and you can see that it is lined up with the drain hole, which is what you want. The cover goes on the top and it goes into a little slot right there. Then you just drop it down and you'll see it holds itself in place. And then there's this aluminum screw device that you turn clockwise, and make sure that you clean this ahead of time, and then that locks it in place. And now if you look, we have a summer position, and now we're going to put it in the winter position to make sure that that is now letting the flow of air to go through the Aprilaire Elite by Honeywell. And the final thing is we have our hot water supply here. We're going to turn that counterclockwise to let the water flow into that valve. Now the water, once we turn the furnace on, should trickle down into that pad Then the airflow will come through here and circulate it into the whole house heating system. So I'm going to start with it at a level 3. I'm going to be conservative. Now we're going to go turn the furnace back on. So now the furnace is on. And I want to point something else out, that you want to take this off the wall. There's 4 bolts. And you want to clean. There's a sensor that goes inside the ductwork. And when I took that out, it had about 1 inch of dust on there. So you can see that it is blinking. So it's in one of the modes right here. It's getting ready to put water into the air, into the airflow. And you can see the pipes here. That's where we were just working right there. And now that airflow is going through there, and it comes around and it goes to the output of where the furnace, the blowing air goes. So it circulates from the input, which goes down to the furnace input, to the furnace output. And that's what you want. That's how it circulates the warm, moist air. So now it went from a blinking to a solid. I increased the humidity because the sensor was sensing I didn't need you much because it's kind of wet outside today. So I put it to a 10 and then it came on solid. I heard the solenoid click, and now the solenoid should be allowing warm water through the system, and I feel this copper pipe and it's warming up. So now water is dripping down through there. So what do I think about this Honeywell replacement humidifier replacement pad with this part number HC26E1004? As you can see, it was very easy to install. Just make sure your system is cleaned out and you use CLR, something to clear out all the old calcium and rust on your mechanisms and your ports and everything like that. Once you do that, this was installed quite easily and it works quite well. My humidity in my house went from 10% in my kitchen to 30, 35, 40%, which is perfect for anybody with asthma and also for the house itself, the wood and so forth. So I really like this product, and make sure that you get the original Honeywell, and you're going to be glad you did with the AgION coating on there. I'm going to give this a full 5-star rating on my channel. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're alerted to new video uploads. If you like this video, please hit the like button also. I hope this video review helped you with your buying decisions. Thanks for watching.